Alright, today we're going to be talking about solving systems of linear equations by substitution. In the previous lesson, we learned how to solve a system of equations by using graphing. Now it's going to be substitution. Right? So, we got two equations. We got y equals to 15x plus 600 and y equals 75 times x. And we need to do substitution for this one. What we notice is that, hey, y is equal to that and y is equal to that. So we know that also that y is equal to y. And see, if y is equal to y, then these two over here, 15x plus 600, is also going to be equal to 75x. Simple, by doing substitution. So again, if we know that y is equal to y, then we also know that 15x plus 600 is equal to 75x. Right there. So now we can use this equation, okay? It's only one variable, variables on both sides of the equation, but it's only one variable, and we can solve the following linear equation here. So let's solve it. So we're gonna solve it. That's the first step here. So 15x plus 600 equals to 75x. Now, this is first chapter, variables on both sides of the equation. So we need to have all the variables in one side of the equation. So that means that I can subtract 15x, let me use a different color, to both sides of the equation. And if we do that, 15x cancels with negative 15x, and what we got is 600 equal to 75 minus 15x, that's equal to basically 60x. One step equation now, we divide both sides by 60. Here and here to keep the balance. 60 divides out with 60, and what we got is x equals to 600 divided by 60. That's going to be equal to 10. So that is only part of the solution. We got the x. The solution of a system of equations is a coordinate, it's an ordered pair, it's x and y. So how do we find out the y part? Well, the second step basically is we're going to be plugging this x to one of these equations. It doesn't matter which one, both of them work. Usually you're going to be choosing the easiest one, and in this case probably the easiest equation to deal with is y equals 75x. So let's write it down over here so you have it for your notes. Plugging the value of x into one of the original equations to find the value of y. All right, so let me move it up a little bit so we can have enough space. So in this case, I know my x, right? My x is equal to 10. We know that. So I'm going to choose one of the original equations. I'm going to be choosing this one. Doesn't matter which one. Y equals 75x. And now I'm going to plug in that in there to find out what is the y. So y equals 75 times 10. That is my x. Remember that. That is my x. And that should give you the value of the y, which is 750. So basically what we got is the order pair x is 10, and my y value is 750. And this is the solution of the system of equation. So this one Okay, let me be a little messy. Goes in here, and this one goes in here, right? Okay, so I want you guys to try one like this one. So let me flip the page, and let's see if you guys are able to do one similar problem like that one right there. So let me move it down a little bit. So let's call it example B. Y equals 3x plus 14, y equals negative 4x. Pause the video, see if you're able to do it. All right, so again, so let's go over this. We know that y is equal to 3x plus 4, but also y is equal to negative 4x, and obviously y is equal to y. So that means that these two, this one, 3x plus 14, is also equal to negative 4x. So I can set it up. So we know that y is equal to y. We know that. That goes common sense, right? And we also, well, that means that 3x plus 14, it has to be also equal to negative 4x. That is common sense, because both of them are part of the y. It's equal to, both of them are equal to y. So again, we solve the equation 3x plus 14 equals to negative 4x, right? And we do that by adding 4x to both sides of the equation. If I do that, that will be 7x plus 14. Okay, it's equal, well, this one's cancel, right? But cancel means it's equal to 0. So that's it's 0. Don't forget about this 0 here. Now I gotta solve for x. We're subtracting 14 to both sides. So cancel, cancel, that's a 0. So 7x equals to negative 14. And obviously you divide both sides by 7, okay? And you should be getting x equals to negative 2. That is your x. That is only part of your answer. Okay, you need the y. So now you gotta choose one of these original equations and plug in the x, which is gonna be a negative 2, right? That's the x. So I'm gonna be choosing this one because it's pretty simple. So again, y is equal to negative 4x, right? So I'm gonna be choosing this is gonna go in there. So y is equal to negative 4 times negative 2. That's my x. So what we got is y is equal to negative 4 times negative 2, positive 8. Both of these answers are part of the coordinate, okay? So my x and my y. My x is negative 2, don't misplace them, and my y is gonna be 8. That is my solution, right? Pretty simple. Okay, let's go and take a look at another example. I'm gonna make it a little more difficult, see if you guys can handle it. So let me move it up here, change the paper, and let's call example C. This time I'm gonna be going y equals to x minus 4, and then we got 4x minus y equals to 10. See if you're able to do this one. Okay, pause the video, see if you're able to do it. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This one is a little bit different than the other one, okay? We know that y is equal to 4, y is equal to x minus 4. So all of this is a y. All of that here is a y. So all of this is gonna go right there. So I'm gonna be plugging all of this in here because y is equal to that. So basically we got 4x minus, and remember, you're gonna have a y right there, but your y, guys, your y is gonna be equal to x minus 4. So I'm going to be plugging that in there. So instead of having a y, it's going to be x minus 4. See? And that's going to be equal to 10. So I'm taking basically this little piece here, this over here, I'm placing it right here instead of the y. And now I got my equation with one variable only. Now be careful with a negative sign outside the parentheses, okay? It's going to change the signs inside the parentheses here. So that's going to be basically 4x minus times a positive is a negative x. Negative times a negative is a positive 4 is equal to 10. This one, well, variables in the same side of the equation, that's combining like terms. 4x minus x is 3x plus 4 equals to 10. We are subtracting 4 to both sides of the equation. And what we got is 3x. 4 and negative 4 cancel each other, and 10 minus 4 is going to be 6. And then we got x is equal to, well, dividing both sides by 3 is equal to 2. So that is part of the answer. Now we got to find out the y. We're going to be choosing one of these equations. It doesn't matter which one, okay? And we're going to be plugging the information there. So let's go over here and say, you know what? I know my x is 2. We know that. And I'm going to be choosing this one. That's an easy one to handle. Y equals x minus 4. So instead of having a x, I'm going to have a 2 right there. So plugging that information, y is equal to 2 minus 4. That's my x. Right there, that's a 2. So 2 minus 4 is going to be equal to negative 2. So now I got my x and my y. Y and x, x and y. So I'm going to be plugging that information. Actually, going to be, writing down the order pair. My x is going to be 2 and my y is going to be negative 2. And that's about the solution for the system of equation. 2 and negative 2. Okay, I hope this will be helpful for you guys. Please, okay, do your assignments.